Yes guys, welcome back, yes, welcome back to Live Well. In today's video guys, what we're going to be doing is harvesting our onion. You know, our hard work looks like it's been paying off, right? So basically they are still a little bit early guys, but they're all been, as you can see, they're all laying down in a way. I believe that's because of the fox. You know, he comes along and I don't know if it's when they're shedding their fur or what they have on them, but they like to come and lie on the onions when that's happening to them at that time. And I believe that's what we've got there. But nevertheless, guys, we've still got some, wow, because we've got some good onions. We've got some good onions here. So let's say we're gonna start back here with our turbos. And once again, like I said to you, these guys didn't really get as big as they normally do. Believe, you know, it was the heat as well. You know, we've had a lot of heat, but also the fox, you know. These guys was been laying down much earlier than some of the others. So they never really grew, guys. But nevertheless, we're gonna pull them. And another way you can tell when your onions, you know, are getting ready is like the neck down here does get a little bit soft, you know. So when you feel that happening, yeah, that's as good as telling you your onions are getting ready, guys. What we're doing here, we're gonna pull. So these are fairly small. You know, I'm sure as we go down the thing, we're gonna get bigger ones, guys. But these are the smaller ones for now. And some of them didn't even really kind of bulk out. But I can't let them grow because they'll just, you know, end up bolting when they start growing again. But I may, you know, get some fresh onion seeds and try to do like an autumn, you know, like an autumn grow with the onions again. Because, you know, I wasn't quite, you know, I wouldn't say disappointed because we will see onions, right? But every year this fox does that, guys. So what I may do next year is kind of build like a, you know, like a, what's it called? Like a little cover using like chicken wire. And I'll just kind of make a long box, you know, high enough that the onions, you know, can reach, you know, and the same size as the bed. I think that might be a better idea for next year, because if I you know, keep growing the onions like this, as you can see, I will never get to the full, you know, the full potential of my onions, because he comes along and lies on them. But it is nature, guys. It is nature. So what can we do? Right. Carry on. And I believe if I see any maybe kind of still standing up, maybe I should just leave them and just only pull the ones that's actually falling. And watering, guys, watering is important for your onions. And if they don't get water, I don't really believe they swell the way that they should. So it's got these little small ones there. Put these to the side. For instance, you know, they start to get a little bit bigger as we go further down the bed. This one here is still up, so I'm just gonna let him do his thing. The neck of this guy here is super soft, so I doubt he's gonna go anywhere with that. These are the turbos, guys, and this year the fox didn't do them justice. I mean, these guys can get big, like I'm talking massive, you know. But maybe not enough water, the fox disturbing them is what we have in here. But we're still getting a harvest of onions, guys. We can't complain. And I'm still battling the amaranths. Alright. So I'm only trying to get the ones that's kind of fallen, guys, because I don't really believe they will grow anymore. But still, you know, we had potential, guys. We did have potential, you know. Now the red barons, they kind of formed a little bit better than the turbos this year. I mean, let me show you the potential of what I'm saying. You see, these guys, they can get big, right? And normally it's like they get to about, you know, a nice size. I mean, maybe over-exaggerated there, but they get to a nice size. See the barons? Yeah, they were starting to do something as well. You know, doing really well. Yeah, guys, as always, I like to say, how did your onions do if you did grow any? Do you get fox problems or pest problems with your fox? And how do you deal with them, you know? Me, I just see the best way for this next year is just to put a cage around this bed. Some of the neck was even too soft. But they're reasonable size. You know, guys, they're reasonable size. You know, I'm never disappointed if any of my harvest, guys. I put a small little bulb in and I got onions back. That's the target. That's the goal. Yes, guys, it's a humid day. We've got a bit of clouds, a bit of grey clouds. But trust me, it's hot. You know, like humid. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like the weather like that. I personally don't like the cold. So that's one of the reasons why I just don't garden in the winter. I try not to garden in the winter because I just can't handle the cold personally. I don't see the sense of being out in the cold weather. So just a little cleanup today, guys. Just harvesting what we can. And like I say, any that I see standing, I'll see if I can get a, you know, a bigger onion from them, because the neck obviously hasn't broken off yet, hasn't got soft. They're still building rings, and that's what we want. Now down here, in here is the Stuttgart Giants, guys. But once again, you can see this fox. He just comes along, he makes a bed on them. I don't know if it's the scent of the onion, you know, chases bugs or whatever he has on him. But yeah, he loves lying on the onion, guys. And once he lies on the onion, he breaks the neck and they stop growing. Alright, guys, so that's basically what I'm going to be taking out now. You know, all what I found was the ones with their necks kind of broken off and they've all soft, whether they were big or small. I've pulled them out. And what I've left in is what still got like a firm neck still, guys. So that means that, you know, like I said, the rings are still being formed. So we might be able to get, you know, slightly bigger onion. And the fox, more times when he sees it, he doesn't really like it when it's one or two. He likes it when it's like a nice bed of onion. That's what he likes to come, literally a bed of onion. That's what he likes to lie on, guys. So that's all for today, guys. Let me see this guy here. That's all for the harvesting of it today. I'm just going to give you a quick pan of what we've harvested so far. In the end, I've kind of just mixed them all up together, guys. But you can see some of them, you know, the turbos had a bit of potential. The red ones, you know, we can't complain. We got onions. Must be grateful we have onions, guys. So I'll clean them up. Maybe take a picture, put it in a community group, community page, sorry, should I say. And with that, yeah, I'm just going to try to show you guys a quick little update of the garden so far. Not much growing, guys. The heat this year is woo, but still, we give you a quick little update, guys. So over here, guys, you can see this is our man wage stepping. Over here, we got the cabbage bed, guys. Now, remember in the beginning, the slugs had eaten them. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to leave them alone and see what happens, guys. So they've recovered really well, or they're recovering really well, should I say. Yeah, guys, so these are the Savoys. You know, like I was saying, these guys grow big. I think next year I'm just going to put one in the middle rather than trying to put them side by side because of the size of them. Do you know what I mean? So that was one of the, you know, mistakes I made this year. But you can see that the slugs came along and gave them a good beating. And they're still trying to do something, guys. Now, I did have the Chinese cabbage up at this end, but they got, they bolted super fast, like I said. You know, in this heat we've had, wrong vegetable to grow, guys, wrong. So I might try them again, maybe closer to the autumn or, you know, in the mid-autumn. So instead I replaced them with the red drum heads. Now I don't know if that's how they grow or if it's just, you know, over a bit overcrowded, I don't know. But at the moment, that's how they look. And I still believe, you know, I'll get a cabbage from it still. My peas, I've just left them dry on the seed. I mean, dry on the tree so I can use the seeds for next year. And as you can see over here, we've got our broccoli plants. They're doing really well. They've taken off. I just did a little bit of cleanup. As you can see, they're still defending themselves against the slugs and snails. But yeah, they're doing really well, really well. Here, I haven't showed these for you guys. Now these guys didn't do really well. I tried to show the good and the bad. This is my beetroot. And remember I'd grown the golden beetroot? Now I believe what I did wrong with these guys is I didn't put them deep enough. You know, when I was transplanting them, I kind of just literally just dig the hole to the length of the cube, and then as we watered as they grew. they kind of lost the soil around them and they didn't really develop too well. But that's how I'm, you know, they're too high up the ground from what I'm seeing. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's a lesson learned with my beetroot. The tomatoes coming along well. As you can see, we're flowering. I haven't put any kind of support on them yet. Just one or two that did look a little bit, you know, needed the help. I just put a quick stick just to keep him up. But yeah, they're doing really well, guys. You know, I'm really happy with them so far, right? So far, I'm happy with them. You know what I mean? As you can see, some of them have even got some, you know, tomatoes coming along, guys. You know what I mean? And these guys actually were volunteers. As you can see, by the way they grow in there, they were actually a volunteer. Now, I don't like pulling at volunteers. If they're there already, they're there already, guys. You know? These are the plum ones. And these guys look like they're going to be a bit, you know, a bit tall. So I don't know if they're indeterminate or determinate, but they look like they're going to be a tall, you know, viney kind of tomato plant. Me personally, guys, I know it's supposed to help with the yields, but I don't take up the side shoots unless, you know, I really have to. I just let the tomato plant grow. That's what I always say, because if the plant was out in the wild, it was going to grow. I'm sure it's going to give tomatoes the same way. And to me, it's just more branches, maybe more fruits. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. And over here, guys, we've got our corn. Now, it's supposed to be knee-high by 4th of July, but these guys have been in for a very, you know, much longer time. And I don't know if it's the variety. I didn't really see that on the packet that they were dwarfs or what. But they've stayed kind of short, you know. So it could be, once again, the heat and the lack of water, where, when I say lack of water, basically not enough water. You know, because I do come on water, but the water you have to give enough water for it to penetrate. And more times, when the ground is super dry, you think you've given it enough, and more times you don't even go down to the bottom. So I'm going to put it down to that, guys. But on that note, they're growing really well. They're still growing well. I do believe I'll get corn from them. You can see the tassels are out. Some of them, these two over there, and then one back there. You know, we're already seeing corn. There's corn all over the bed, guys. So I'm hoping you've enjoyed our little, you know, oh, sorry, one more thing. I got to show you one more thing. Let me put this down. I didn't show you guys our pumpkin. So let's go over there and look at our, these are our koi pumpkins, guys. Yeah, these guys, they grow like, you know, little, they look like how should I put it, like an onion when they grow. But once again, guys, we're suffering with the heat and the water situation. You know what I'm saying to you? Because these guys, they need water, like a lot of water, because pumpkins, you know, they're like vines, and that's what they do, they like water. So they've been kind of suffering around here, and here was just a place I just dug. I didn't really put any compost or anything. I think I just put a little bit of plant food, and then I put them in. So this area will be somewhere I may be putting compost, you know, for next year, and just try to build the biology there. I'm gonna take you over to see the crown print. And guys, these are the crown prints. They're doing a lot better than the kois, but still looks like they could, you know, do it for a lot of, I wouldn't say nourishment, but to me they could be growing a little bit more vigorous, you know, a little bit more for the amount of time they've been done. But still, once again, guys, we will get a pumpkin because you will reap what you sow. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. If you grow cabbages, you're gonna get cabbages back. If you sow like pumpkins, you're gonna get pumpkins back. Because as long as we're growing something, guys, and you know, food is very important, especially this time, like the times we're living right now. You know, I mean, I live in London. The price of food goes up. It's like today you go in, and tomorrow the price is just double. It's like some of the things that's, anyway, it sounds like I'm babbling, but I just don't want to say, I just want to keep to the gardening and not too much of that kind of stuff. But on that note, guys, yeah, let's live well, and together we grow, guys.